Hello everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you the different quiz features. So right now I'm just going to add a quiz right here so you can see what that would look like. So add quiz, I'm going to create a quiz. This is going to be under classic quizzes. Now I'm not familiar with new quizzes that much, so I can't speak too much about it, but I'm very familiar with classic quizzes, so I'm just going to put practice for this one. And the cool thing about quizzes is that I know it's hard to kind of conceptualize, but a quiz doesn't necessarily have to be like a quiz grade. You can add it under anything like daily work, labs, test quizzes, so it can be under formative assessment and not necessarily have to be summative. It can also be practice, it can be any of the above. The cool thing about quizzes is that they automatically get graded, especially if they're multiple choice. It's very, very easy to grade. So we're just going to go ahead and put it under assignments, add item. So here is my practice. I'm going to click on it. Now the quiz icon is this little rocket right here that you see here. So anything that has a rocket, that was a quiz. So you can see my exit ticket 1 is rocket, exit ticket 2. So this is another best practice. You see those little brackets? It kind of just gives the students like, what am I doing here? This is a hypothesis, this is my practice, these are notes, this is a guessing, this is a video, and it just gives the students kind of like an idea of what they are. Anyways, so here I'm going to go to practice. Now here, these are the different settings that you can have. That's where I'm going to start. So we're going to edit. So here, just like on anything, you can add a video, embed a Google slide, Google Doc, add images, or anything like that. Now there's different types of quizzes, and I will go over all 4 of them, but right now I'm just going to give you an overview of what the quiz interface looks like. So one of the things is that, especially if you're going to have multiple choice, make sure you hit the shuffle answers. Don't make the same mistake I did one time. I didn't shuffle the answers, so all the answers were A, and the kids had a blast with that. You can set time limit on here. So if it's like, I usually do this if it's a warm-up, because I don't want them to take too long. So set it for 5 minutes, and what this does is that it cuts them off before the 5-minute mark, and they will see a timer. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for 5 minutes. Here you can allow them to retake as many times, and you can select to mark only the latest or the average of all. And how many times are we going to allow to have them retake it? So this is cool for the idea of the grade reform, where we're allowing 2 attempts, if anything, or you can allow 1 and then that's it, and then you have them do those quiz corrections or have a conversation with you of what they're going to do to improve, and then you can open it up to have it be retaken a second time. So that's a way that you can use this. Let students see quiz responses. So incorrect answers will be marked in the student feedback. So here they will not see the correct answers. So here right now how it's set, they won't see the correct answers. They will only see their incorrect one. Here you can have it select, they can only see the responses after their last attempt. So they won't get any feedback until after they have tried it the very last time. Here they can get feedback after each attempt, and then here you can select them to see the correct answers only after the last attempt, or you can open it up on a specific day, or you can hide the answers after that class period, so they can't share with a different class, and so forward. Here is where so the students can only answer 1 at a time. You can also lock questions, so that means they can't go back and forth. They can only go forward. I never used this, so I've just always never checked that. Here you can assign it to different people. So for example, kind of like how I have you can moderate or differentiate the quizzes between the students, so you can also definitely do that, because just like the assignments, you can add it to different sections or individualized by student. So here is where you add the questions. Now, if you go to find questions, that means that you have a test bank. I highly suggest this, especially if you reuse questions over and over again. And this is also really good. So in case we're gonna be using Canvas most likely every year, so that way you already have them already here by subject or by standard, and you have them already in a group, so you can just select from there. And so, like, for example, one of the ones that I always used was I'm not sure if I'm gonna have them here, probably not. Oh, here, my reflection. So here is where these are the type of questions I would ask my students. So I'm just gonna show you what that looks like. And you can also do like learning checks. So as you can see, how are you feeling today? Those were my check-ins. Here are reflection questions for like a group project, so I'll show you what those look like. I also did it for like a grade check, so you can see here what the grade checks looks like, and I'm just gonna add questions. Okay, so easily select them. So here, these are all short answers. To edit a question, you just hit the little pencil. Oh no, this one's a multiple choice. Okay, so here's how well did you prepare for the exam? Oh, I did a rating system. 1, not at all. 2, maybe so-so. 5, very much, looked over notes, etc. And here you can have the questions. There's different types of questions. You can have true or false, fill in the blank, fill in multiple blanks, multiple answers. So this is like a checkbox. Drop down menu, you can do matching. You can put them in numerical order, a formula question, an essay question. This is a text, or no question at all, because you're just going to do an image or whatever the case may be. So make sure every time you add a question. So for example, I'm going to add a new question. Here I'm going to do, let's just do true or false. And you can see answer is always first. So then every single time you have to hit update question. If you do not hit update question, the question will not be saved. You have no idea how many times I failed to hit update question and I beat my head up for it, because then the question does not save and you have to do it all over again, unfortunately. So you hit update question, because if you don't, this is what happens. And as you can see, because I did not hit update, then you don't see the last question I hit. You have no idea how many times that happened to me. Anyways, so here if you hit show details, it shows you what you have for the correct answer. And so here, let's see, this one's unanswered. What does that mean? Oh, yeah, so this one's an essay question, so that's why it's unanswered. Now, if you go to details, let's publish this so we can see what it looks like for the student. Now, mind you, this is a graded quiz, so that means the students will be able to get a quiz grade on this. So this one's a survey. Grade check, that means I give them 10 points, and no matter what, they're going to get the 10 points. So that's what I did for that one. For benchmark assessment, because at my previous school the benchmark assessments did not count for their grade, so for this it was a practice quiz, so the students still got feedback from it, but it didn't count against them. So now I'm going to show you what the timer looks like on the student view. So for example, here this was a practice student view, take quiz, and you can see that the timer is right here, and it shows them how long they have, and it shows them the score that they got and the time that it took them, and it tells them the attempt. So score 2 out of 7. So this is just a little brief overview of the quizzes. Now the ungraded survey is pretty much they just don't get a grade. It's just easy feedback that you want from the students. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please reach out.